What if there were a place where a single moment, a woman stepping out of a supercar, could quietly command an entire city's attention? Welcome to Monaco. Here, luxury doesn't shout, it whispers. The streets are calm, the movements are measured, and yet everything feels powerful. In Monaco, women don't chase the spotlight. The spotlight naturally follows them. In today's video, we step inside the world of women of Monaco, where gorgeous supercars and high-end lifestyle blend into something far deeper than wealth. This is not a story about showing off money. It's about how elegance, confidence, and control turn luxury into a way of life. From the way a car is chosen to the way a street is crossed, every detail reflects a mindset shaped by exclusivity and restraint. Monaco is a city where beauty meets discipline, where success is expressed through silence rather than noise. And the women you're about to see understand this better than anyone. They don't need validation. Their presence already speaks volumes. Before we continue, make sure to like the video and subscribe to Inside the Billionaires for more rare perspectives on the world's most elite lifestyles. And stay with us, because what truly defines Monaco is not what catches your eye at first glance. It's what most people never notice at all. In Monaco, the first thing you notice isn't the noise. It's the absence of it. Supercars glide through the streets with restraint, not aggression, as if speed itself has learned manners. And nowhere is this more evident than in the way women here choose and drive their cars. In this city, a supercar is not a trophy. It's a sentence. And every detail speaks. The color is never accidental. Soft matte finishes, muted metallics, or perfectly balanced neutrals replace loud, attention-seeking shades. Interiors matter just as much as horsepower. Hand-stitched leather, subtle contrast piping, steering wheels chosen for comfort rather than drama. These cars aren't selected to impress strangers. They're selected to feel right. In Monaco, taste always comes before noise. For many women here, the supercar is an extension of personal rhythm. Morning drives along the harbor are calm and precise. Afternoon stops outside cafes last just long enough to be noticed, and no longer. There's a quiet confidence in knowing exactly when to arrive and when to leave. The engine note becomes punctuation, not a headline. What's striking is how little explanation is needed. No one asks what model it is. No one crowds around with phones. In Monaco, everyone already understands the language. A subtle acceleration means urgency. A slow, deliberate roll means control. Even parking position communicates intent, visible but never intrusive. This is where Monaco separates itself from every other luxury destination. Elsewhere, supercars shout success. Here, they whisper belonging. Women who truly understand this world don't drive to be remembered. They drive because it's simply how life moves around them. And as the sun reflects off polished carbon fiber and the streets continue their elegant flow, you begin to sense something deeper. These cars aren't the beginning of the story. They're just the surface. Because once you understand how Monaco speaks through machines, you start to wonder what other messages are being exchanged without a single word being said. There is a moment in Monaco that lasts only a few seconds, yet it carries more power than any loud entrance ever could. It's the moment a car stops, the engine rests, and a woman steps out onto the street. No rush, no hesitation, just timing. And in Monaco, timing is everything. Unlike other luxury capitals where arrivals are performances, here they are statements of control. The door opens smoothly. Feet touch the ground with intention. Sunglasses go on, or come off, depending on the message being sent. Nothing is accidental. In a city where everyone has wealth, presence becomes the real currency. Women in Monaco understand this instinctively. They don't scan their surroundings for reactions. They already know they are being noticed. Their posture is relaxed, almost indifferent, yet grounded in confidence. It's not about dominance, it's about certainty. The certainty of belonging exactly where they are. Even the smallest details matter. A brief pause before closing the car door. A calm adjustment of a jacket, a measured first step forward. These gestures may seem insignificant, but in Monaco, they speak louder than words. They say, "I'm not arriving to be seen. I'm arriving because this is my place." What makes this moment so compelling is its restraint. There is no need for validation, no rush to capture attention. The power lies in how little effort is shown, despite how much control is felt. In a city filled with extraordinary visuals, stillness becomes unforgettable. Observers often mistake this for simplicity. In reality, it's discipline. The discipline of knowing that true influence doesn't demand attention, it commands it quietly. Monaco's women don't perform luxury, they embody it. And as these arrivals fade into the rhythm of the streets, cafes resuming their conversations, traffic flowing as if nothing happened, you realize something subtle but unsettling. If a single step can carry this much meaning, what happens when night falls and Monaco's most private moments begin to unfold? In Monaco, fashion is never loud, and that's exactly the point. While other luxury capitals chase trends, women here move in the opposite direction. Their style isn't designed to be recognized instantly. It's designed to be understood only by those who know what to look for. This is where quiet luxury becomes a language of its own. Logos fade into the background. Instead, attention shifts to fabric weight, tailoring, and movement. A perfectly cut blazer that falls effortlessly. A dress whose elegance reveals itself only when the light changes. Shoes chosen not for spectacle, but for how they sound, or don't, against marble floors. In Monaco, luxury begins where explanation ends. What's fascinating is how intentional this restraint is. These women could wear anything. They choose not to. Their outfits aren't meant to impress strangers or chase approval. They are built for comfort within privilege. Clothing that feels natural in private villas, aboard yachts, or at discreet dinners where everyone already belongs. Color palettes remain calm: soft creams, deep navy, warm beige, charcoal, muted gold. Nothing competes for attention. Everything works together. Accessories are minimal but precise: a watch worn slightly loose, sunglasses that never dominate the face, jewelry that reveals itself only when someone stands close enough. This approach creates a powerful contrast. In a city filled with visual excess, understatement becomes unforgettable. People may not remember a specific brand, but they remember the feeling, the confidence, the calm, the impression that nothing needed to be proven. Quiet luxury in Monaco is not about hiding wealth, it's about mastering it. Knowing when to pull back, knowing that true refinement doesn't announce itself, it waits to be discovered. And once you begin to notice this silence in style, something changes. You start seeing how the same restraint appears everywhere, in movements, conversations, even schedules. Which raises an intriguing question. If daytime elegance is this controlled and composed, what happens when Monaco shifts into its nighttime rhythm, where luxury takes on an entirely different tone? Monaco changes its character as the sun begins to set, and so do the women who move through it. During the day, everything feels effortless. Light fabrics, relaxed schedules, quiet cafes overlooking the harbor. Movements are slow, deliberate, almost understated. Luxury blends into routine so seamlessly that it barely registers as something special. But when evening approaches, the atmosphere shifts. The same woman who spent the afternoon in soft tones and natural light now moves with sharper intention. Outfits become structured, colors deepen. The rhythm of the city tightens. This isn't about dressing up, it's about stepping into a different role. In Monaco, night doesn't invite chaos, it invites precision. What's striking is how controlled this transformation is. There's no excess, no theatrical reveal. The change is subtle but unmistakable. A tailored silhouette replaces relaxed lines. Jewelry appears not to sparkle, but to anchor presence. Even posture adjusts, calmer, slower, more grounded. Nighttime Monaco rewards those who know exactly where they belong. Private dinners replace public cafes. Conversations become quieter, more selective. Entry isn't about invitations, it's about recognition. Women here don't rush through doors. Doors open for them because trust has already been established. This is where influence moves without being named. Unlike other cities where nightlife seeks attention, Monaco's evenings value discretion. Power circulates in low voices, short glances, unspoken agreements. Being seen matters far less than being understood. And the women who thrive here understand that nighttime luxury is not entertainment, it's positioning. What makes this duality fascinating is its balance. Day and night aren't opposites, they're extensions of the same discipline. Elegance by daylight, authority by night. Both require restraint, awareness, and impeccable timing. And as the city lights reflect off polished streets and quiet engines hum beneath balconies, you start to sense something deeper at play. Because if nighttime in Monaco reveals influence, the places where that influence truly unfolds aren't on the streets at all. They're waiting just beyond the harbor. In Monaco, yachts are not symbols of escape, they are centers of gravity. From the harbor, they appear serene and distant, lined up like polished sculptures floating on water. But step closer and you realize these vessels are not about leisure alone. For many women here, a yacht is where luxury becomes purposeful. Aboard these moving worlds, time behaves differently. Schedules slow down, conversations deepen, and decisions take shape without interruption. There are no crowded rooms, no background noise competing for attention. The sea absorbs everything unnecessary. What remains is focus. This is why yachts in Monaco are chosen not just for size or design, but for how they create space. Space to think, to connect, to decide. Women who move comfortably in this environment understand the unspoken rules. They know where to sit, when to speak, and when silence carries more value than words. Hosting aboard a yacht is not about spectacle. It's about control of atmosphere. Music stays low. Movement is fluid. Nothing feels rushed, yet everything feels intentional. The view plays its role too. The coastline slowly passing by, the horizon stretching endlessly, the city shrinking into the background, all of it reinforces a subtle hierarchy. When conversations happen here, they are insulated from urgency. Agreements form naturally. Trust builds without pressure. What's remarkable is how effortlessly this environment blends with personal identity. Casual elegance replaces formal attire. Confidence becomes quieter, sharper. There's no need to impress when everyone already understands the stakes. On a yacht, status isn't shown, it's assumed. For women of Monaco, yachts offer something rare. A space where visibility can be turned off without losing influence. A place where luxury is not displayed, but used. Used to strengthen relationships, to protect privacy, to operate beyond noise. And as the vessel drifts gently away from the harbor lights, you start to realize that the most important exchanges connected to Monaco's lifestyle don't happen on land at all. Because once you leave the shore behind, the rules begin to change, and the real networks quietly reveal themselves. In Monaco, the most powerful connections are rarely announced. There are no formal introductions, no public titles, no need to explain who matters. Influence here moves quietly, through familiarity, trust, and long-established presence. And many of the women at the center of this world operate within networks you will never see on social media. These networks don't gather in boardrooms or crowded venues. They form over years of shared discretion, a recurring table at a certain restaurant, a familiar face at a private event, a quiet conversation repeated across seasons. In Monaco, consistency builds credibility far more than visibility ever could. What makes these women influential isn't access to wealth, it's access to people. Designers, financiers, collectors, advisors, and decision-makers move through the same limited circles. When someone is introduced, it's not done lightly. Reputation travels faster than names, and once trust is earned, it rarely needs to be reinforced. Women who thrive in this environment understand one crucial rule: never rush the relationship. Influence grows slowly here, almost invisibly. It shows up in invitations that don't need to be requested, in opportunities that arrive without explanation, in doors that open before anyone reaches for the handle. There is also an unspoken discipline involved. Privacy is respected absolutely. Information stays where it belongs. Being included in this network means knowing what not to repeat, what not to ask, and when to listen instead of speak. Silence, once again, becomes a form of currency. This is why Monaco feels so impenetrable from the outside. You can visit the city, walk the streets, even attend public events, and still never touch the real structure underneath. The women who belong here don't seek recognition. They recognize one another. And as these invisible connections continue to shape decisions far beyond the city's borders, one truth becomes clear. Influence in Monaco isn't built through exposure, it's built through restraint. Which leads to an even deeper realization: maintaining this level of power requires more than access. It requires a lifestyle governed by discipline. One mistake, one misstep, and everything can quietly disappear. From the outside, life in Monaco appears effortless, a seamless flow of luxury, beauty, and calm. But what rarely gets discussed is the discipline required to maintain that position. For women who move comfortably within Monaco's elite circles, freedom is carefully managed, not improvised. Every detail is considered. Time is protected. Appearances are controlled. Personal boundaries are non-negotiable. This level of lifestyle doesn't tolerate excess in behavior, emotion, or exposure. The price of remaining respected is consistency, and consistency demands restraint. Unlike environments driven by constant attention, Monaco rewards those who know when not to be present. Disappearing at the right moment can be as powerful as making an entrance. These women understand that overexposure weakens influence. Silence preserves it. There is also a strong internal code. Private lives remain private. Conflicts are handled quietly, away from public view. Reputation is treated like an asset, something built slowly and protected fiercely. In Monaco, trust once lost is rarely recovered, and the consequences don't arrive loudly. They arrive through absence. Discipline also shows in daily routines. Physical well-being, mental clarity, and emotional control are prioritized, not for appearance alone, but for endurance. This lifestyle isn't about a single moment of luxury, it's about sustaining a position over years, even decades. What makes this particularly striking is how invisible the effort becomes. The more disciplined someone is, the more effortless their life appears. That illusion is intentional. It reinforces the idea that everything is under control, even when pressure exists beneath the surface. And as you begin to understand the discipline behind Monaco's most composed figures, another question emerges. If maintaining this level of elegance requires such control, then what happens to those who fail to uphold it? And why do they vanish without a trace? Monaco was never designed to impress the world, and that is precisely why powerful women are drawn to it. This city doesn't reward noise, speed, or excess. It rewards control, privacy, and precision. For women who already possess wealth, influence, or independence, Monaco offers something far more valuable than attention: stability. Everything here is structured to protect focus. Security is discreet but absolute. Privacy is respected by default, not negotiated. The environment filters out chaos, leaving room for clarity. In a place where time is the rarest luxury, Monaco removes distractions instead of adding them. There is also the power of scale. Monaco is small, intentionally so. Limited space means limited access. Circles overlap, reputations matter, and behavior is remembered. This creates an ecosystem where women don't need to compete loudly. Presence is established through continuity, not performance. Unlike larger capitals, Monaco doesn't force reinvention. A woman doesn't need to explain who she is or what she does. Her lifestyle speaks quietly for her. Decisions are made without urgency. Relationships evolve without pressure. The city moves at a pace that favors those who think long-term. Perhaps, most importantly, Monaco allows women to separate visibility from influence. They can be seen when necessary, invisible when preferred, without losing relevance. That balance is nearly impossible elsewhere. Here, it's built into the culture. This is why Monaco doesn't create powerful women. It attracts them. It recognizes discipline, respects discretion, and protects those who understand its rules. The city becomes less of a destination and more of a framework, one that allows influence to exist without exposure. And as you take a final look at this world, the streets, the harbor, the calm confidence woven into everyday life, one realization settles in. Monaco's true luxury isn't what it shows, it's what it hides. And once you understand that, you're finally ready to see the full picture come together. Monaco is often described in numbers: the price of a supercar, the value of a yacht, the price per square meter of ocean view. But as you've seen, no number truly explains its allure. What defines Monaco isn't what can be counted, but what can be felt. A sense of calm authority, a rhythm built on discretion, a lifestyle where luxury becomes a state of mind rather than a display. Monaco women embody this perfectly. They don't pursue recognition, trends, or approval. Their strength lies in restraint, in timing, and in the confidence to enter an extraordinary world without having to declare themselves. Supercars, fashion, yachts, they aren't the goal. They are tools, seamlessly integrated into a life designed around control and balance. This is why Monaco continues to attract the world. Not because it's unattainable, but because it operates according to rules that most places have forgotten. Rules that prioritize discipline over ostentation, presence over noise, and influence over ostentation. If this journey exploring Monaco's luxurious lifestyle has given you a new perspective, let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Inside the Billionaires for more rare glimpses into the world's most extravagant lifestyle. Because behind the spotlight, behind the luxury, and behind the glitz and glamour, the real story always unfolds quietly. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.